I love coming here because it helps me to reinvigorate, and I want to finish strong, and I want to learn to love Jesus like he loves me.
First of all, I want to tell you guys that have been around a lot the last 2.5 years, as we end this year, it's just amazing how many guys have been coming around. Even today, it's not a full house today because it's Thanksgiving, but just the fact that you guys are here inviting your friends, what a blessing, what a blessing. And I don't want to discount, I know some of you might be here because you're just lonely and Thanksgiving's a tough time and you're thinking about loved ones that may be passed or it's, difficult relationships. So I'm glad you're here just to hang out with us. I really am. You got to watch it online, same thing. We're just glad you're part of our family here. All right, fellas, you guys that know me pretty well, you might have heard this story before, and obviously if you're watching online, I want to start it with this because a couple guys with techno have said, hey, you got to mention this again because not all you guys are in the techno game. If you're watching it on video, do that like and subscribe and then send it out to your mates. I don't know how it all works with the algorithm thing, but do that. If you guys can like and subscribe, make a little comment, send it out to your mates. Even if you don't think the message resonates well with you, you never know. There might be some depressed guy like I was watching on his computer and hear about he go to the Lord. And it's like, oh, maybe I'll do that, right? And you guys send it out. So it's cool for the group. And also if you're in, you're in the Franklin, Nashville area, again, you guys are already here. But, invite all your friends to the pub here Friday mornings. And then Wednesdays we got something going over there in Columbia in Tennessee. So I'm just going to throw that out there right away. You guys, again, that know me, but I'm going to start with a little basketball story, and I'm going to tie it in at the end and kind of give you maybe something I want you to think about, resonate. Hopefully it's relates to the Bible a little bit and it stirs our conscience a little bit. When I was coaching hoop back in the day in California, and we had a team was just loaded with talent. I wasn't good enough to coach, and be honest with you. They were really good. I had 7-foot dude from New York, Harry Sellers, Dion Bailey, Utah. We were loaded. And I'm real excited about the season because we got a chance to win the state championship. I'm thinking this is a 30-2 team, right? And I got them out there the first 3 weeks, and on defense, I got them doing a million different things. Coach, you probably relate to this. I got them doing so many different things defensively. They can't. We have our first scrimmage, and we can't guard anybody, right? And I'm thinking, are you kidding me, man? I'm spending all this on spacing, defensive angles, all this stuff going on, everything, hand position, closing out. I know you guys know the story, and I can't figure this. What's going on, man? And my assistant coach, he's a young guy, and he's intimidated by me like everybody else because I'm a tyrant. And he goes, Coach, can I please say something? Alone, he's not scared of me. I've been thinking, you've been thinking what, man? Well, Coach, we got Dion, we got the Bradley twin, we got Sellers, we got Selden, we got dudes. We got potential draftable guys. I'll tell you what, Coach. Just tell them to keep their guy in front if they have the ball, and just let them roll from there. And I got a little upset at him, because my ego was in play, right? I go out to practice. Hey, guys, I've been thinking. You know what? I want to break it down a little bit for you. Hey, Dion, you're on the ball most of the time, or Bradley on the wing. Do me a favor. Just keep your guy in front on 2 dribbles. We'll just run it from there. You can see the guys get so happy and so confident, man. And then we rolled it from there, right? So 3 weeks, I wasted their entire time, man, trying to figure everything out, explain. I had even system constipation. So today, as I lead into the first story, I don't want to get you guys in system constipation. It was an interesting story in the Bible I read about Zacharias. And again, you guys that are Bible scholars or Sunday school teachers, I know you know all the facts and all around it, but I'm not going to get into system constipation. All I know is that he can't speak because he didn't trust the Lord, that he's going to have a kid. He's 9 million years old. His wife's past her prime having babies. They haven't had a kid. And God's going to have John the Baptist, right? And John the Baptist is born. Now Zacharias can speak. And what does he start talking about? He doesn't say, oh, my baby's cute and all this. And it's in Luke, and he says, my son is going to talk to others about God. Wow. Now, I didn't know his son's going to get his head cut off at the end of it. And then what's the message? Well, my son is going to talk about, this little baby is going to grow up, and he's going to talk about our Savior, the Lord. Okay, this is we're talking about Well, obviously, it's in Luke somewhere. Okay. Well, I'm going to tie it into the story, and I don't want to get system constipation about message. And the Bible verse today is going to be this. I lost where it was in Psalms, okay, by King David. I believe it was King David. And it says, he's referring to God in heaven, and he says, for thy mercy is great. Thy mercy is great. Okay, ties into Thanksgiving. Yesterday I'm sitting with some old guy, and I went to sat side. I know he's really grounded in the Lord, and he's in the ministry for like 50 years. So I want to kind of listen to him. I'm having my little turkey thing, and he's not a man of big words. And he says to me and a couple guys there, he did some counseling, right? And he says to the guys, well, guys would come over, and I know when they come for counseling, they got a burden going on. And I have a tendency to talk too much and this and this. And they didn't need to know they're sinners. They already knew that coming to see me. It's like us in here, man. We are messed up as hell. We know that. I don't have to put a sign in the door. Hi, come in here, you're messed up as hell. You all know that. Guys in the second, I knew that watching the video. I knew I didn't know God. I knew all this. I knew I'm just a messed up guy. I'm not chasing anymore. I'm not on the dope table, whatever. So, I don't play out on my wife. So I'm ready to be a moral dude, but I know I'm lost. Just like some of you cats in here. You know that. You know that. But then he says to me, the problem was I had to try to keep it straight with them. They couldn't get over the line mentally that they're forgiven. That the Savior is merciful. He's merciful. That's going to be my first message for you guys today. He's merciful. And if you haven't gone to ask to know him, you can. He's loving and he's kind and he's merciful. That's the first point today. But here's kind of the main point of the story. I'm going to hit on this story, this last one. Some of you guys, you know this because I call you once in a while. This guy's here, some of my mentors. A guy calls me up on the phone. I won't get into all the details because I don't like talking about dudes and giving out names. But he started asking me for advice. Dude, I can't. I'm not a counselor, man. But he's going to this. I got this guy. He's telling me all this stuff, and it's real messy. But I'm in the car. I'm driving. I'm just listening to him. He go, well, how long are you talking to your friend? So I got one guy. He's talking to his friend. It's messy, 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 messy. And these guys are older dudes. So I got to show them some love because they're older guys. I want to, be respectful, right? I can't come on them hard like they're 30. I'm just listening to him talk. So I go, how long you? Oh, we've been talking for days. Oh, what are you calling me? I just wanted to bounce it off you. All right. Steve, what do you have to say? I said, look, man, we start talking about it for another 45 minutes. I'm like, well, we got 3 hours in this conversation, and then we don't go anywhere with it. Anyways, I call. So I got another dude I call. He's a pretty sharp guy. He's not a big guy with words, and he calls me or whatever the deal is. And I said, hey, by the way, Pete. His name's not Pete. I'm just using that to protect the innocent, right? Pete called, Pete though, and he's got a friend over here. It's pretty messy. There's a lot of drama, and this is going on in business, and this is a relationship there. It's just an awful kind of thing, and he doesn't know what to say to his friend, and I'm just talking. Now I got a half hour, and my guy's listening, and he's talking. He's eating his Subway sandwich on the side, having his drink. He's just listening to me talk about nonsense. He says, Coach, can I say one thing? You want me to give my advice? Goes back to my assistant coach. Let me give it to you straight. Tell your friend this. He needs to go get saved. I said, what? You heard me. I didn't say go get a life skill book. I didn't say go read John Maxwell. I didn't say to go get a love language book. I didn't say to go to a course on your personality style. I didn't say get a course on this or that. I said to you, you tell your friend to do it. It's real simple. You need to go get saved. I was thinking about me. That's a good line. Thanks, man. That was that. Hey, tell your buddy this, man. Tell your buddy this. All right, it ties into today's message. Again, he's short to the point. I go back to Zacharias. You look at Zacharias. This is talking about his son. What's John the Baptist going to say? What's his message? He's in the desert now. People are coming around. What's his message? Go get saved. That's the core issue. Us men have the same thing. We think it's other stuff. We think it's our wife or our girlfriend or the guy screwed us in business or my old coach screwed me over. I should have batted third and he had me batting eighth. whatever it is. And I know you guys got all kinds of burdens. We got stuff flying around mentally and emotionally all the time, particularly in relationships and family. And some of you guys are my mentors. You do a great job, the best you can do. But again, you go back to it. It's like John the Baptist or my old assistant coach, man. We're in system constipation. And when I didn't know the Lord, like some of you cats in here, I'm scrambling around. You know, I'm just doing my thing, and I'm chasing here in this area. You're always chasing recreation, a party, a drink, another relationship, another party, another mixer, recreation, flying to Puerto Rico, getting a little love. What ain't love? And the dude I'm talking to, and the guy on the phone I'm talking to, he doesn't have much by world standards. He's like John the Baptist. He's out there eating locusts and wild honey. He says, go get saved. Well, now we don't know. How do we do that? That's always the problem, right? Well, how do I do that? Okay. So this mess is going to be a little different. And you're going to think, Steve-O's maybe lost his noggin on this, but I want to end on this. There was a cool thing I remember maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I saw they did a little fundraiser. It just caught on like wildfire. And somebody was cold water. They put it on somebody, and it's for a cause. I can't. Was it for muscular dystrophy? So I can't remember what it's for. Okay, but it was pretty cool. And I saw people. Went viral. But it wasn't the intention of that person. It's just what it was. You know, I'm looking at our situation as we move into this year, and it really got me when this guy said that, and we're talking about it. And I said, you know what? I was talking about revival in this group and what we're doing here in Franklin, what the Lord's doing with you guys. And I said, man, look at these guys. They're so successful in what they do. I mean, look at this group. Are you kidding me? Or guys watching online. So successful in so many areas. But I want to make a challenge, and I'm going to set a date. Oh, he's going to do an end of the world date. No, I'm not doing that. I want to set a date. I want to set a date. February 1st, 2023. And we're going to have a message. If you want to do this, we need to go get saved as a nation. And I was reading through the Bible how we go about that. And it's not a virtue signal. We all get together and sing Kumbaya and virtue signal around each other how holy we are. We've done that a million times. But see, you know, come on, man. At 3 o'clock, February 1st, 2023, that's a Wednesday, and I'm going to start with me and my mate because he kind of brought it up. We go alone. No one sees us. We get on our knees. And we ask to know Christ. And we'll see how that spreads through our nation. 3 o'clock, that's what I'm going to be doing. And not to virtue signal how righteous Steve-O is, because you guys that know me knows I'm messed up as hell like the rest of everybody in this room. I got my own problems. But what we do is, it's not we're asking him to save our land. It's not like Jonah. But the Lord says he's rich in mercy and rich in love. And if he's going to save our land, he's going to start with all of us alone with him, like Nineveh. They all went alone and they knelt before the Lord. If you guys want to do that, I'm going to encourage you to do that. And me and my mate said, we're going to do that. February 1st, Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And we're going to tell other dudes. And we're not going to do it in front of anybody else. We're not going to get 5 guys together in a room with the fit. No. We're going to go alone in a closet or wherever it is. And maybe it'll spread all over our state and our country and the world. We'll have other people that want to get involved. Not in the car. If you guys, a lot of you guys own businesses. It'd be great if you could give your employees that 3 o'clock February 1st off for an hour. Don't let them come to work and say, no, it's closed. And why is it closed? It's because I want to be part of a movement to save our land. And it's going to start with my own heart because I want to get saved. And us guys, that's the ticket. Whether it was my assistant coach cleaning it up, or Zacharias talking about John the Baptist and his message, or obviously my dude that said, what's the problem? That dude needs to go get saved. February 1st, Wednesday, 3 p.m. I'm just going to remind guys of that. And if you guys want to get involved, you don't need to raise your hand, nothing, or I'm part of this. No. Tell our guys what you're doing. That's great. And then we just go by ourselves. And I think that's another thing I'm going to end on this, and I said this now 3 times. You guys that don't know about the love of God yet, I'm going to remind you over and over again, He is rich in mercy. He's rich in love and kindness. He will forgive you. That's how much He loves you. He will forgive you. He promises. Now, if you don't know Him yet, you go alone and you ask to know Him. And He's right there. And He loves you very, very much. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Hope the message, you got something out of it today. And if you know you're watching online, you come join us at Scouts Pub in Westhaven or Pucketts in Columbia. And if you want to get involved on that February 1st, just go alone and ask to know the Lord. And God is right there. And like my friend would say, me included, we all need to go get saved. We all need to go get saved. God bless and have a lovely weekend, fellas.